People who dated child lovers. How did you find out the truth? I met Marcus 2 years ago at a charity fundraiser for the school district where I teach. He was there as the event photographer, and I remember being impressed by how easily he interacted with the kids. He later showed me his portfolio of youth sports photography, where he was able to capture the perfect moments of joy on the kids' faces. I thought it was the most amazing thing ever. Our relationship progressed quickly, and a year later he proposed. We moved in shortly after. Fast forward to 2 months ago. We were in full wedding planning mode. On a Thursday night, I was putting together a wedding slideshow of us as kids, and remembered Marcus had some old family albums on his flash drive. He was working, so I just connected his flash drive to my laptop and started browsing through the folders. Most of them were labeled Wedding Clients 2022, Regional Soccer Tournament, but a folder called Special Projects caught my attention. Thinking it might contain personal work, or maybe even our engagement photos, I clicked on it. The folders were all labeled with initials and dates, and I randomly clicked on one called SJ 2021. My stomach dropped when I found hundreds of photos of a young girl who looked about 9 or 10. These weren't the typical action shots from a sport event. The girl was alone, wearing swimsuits, posing with bananas. Some folders had screenshots of public posts their parents had shared. Others were candid. I recognized girls from my class, school events, and even Sophia, Marcus's niece. Marcus had always pointed out how cute she was. Let her sit on his lap and kiss her cheek. We always thought it was him being a caring uncle. Then I noticed another folder labeled encrypted that required a password. I tried a few combinations, but nothing worked. Part of me was glad because I knew I wouldn't be able to handle it. I shut the laptop right after and ran to the bathroom to spill out my food. I went back on his computer after the initial shock wore off and spent hours going through the folders and taking screenshots for proof. He even had chat logs where he and other photographers referred to the children as subjects and models, discussing their potential and development. I knew I had to inform the authorities. Luckily, Detective Diana Reyes came to our school last year to talk about internet safety and gave us her card. I called her and asked if we could meet somewhere private. I told her everything when we met up and handed her the hard drive as evidence. By the end of it, Detective Reyes gave me her personal number and said I could call if I felt threatened. It didn't last long before I had to call her. Marcus mentioned that he couldn't find his flash drive the next day, and my heart nearly stopped. I casually suggested he might have left it at a client's house or in his camera bag. He seemed satisfied with that explanation and left for a photo shoot at an elementary school swim meet. The moment he was gone, I called Detective Reyes and told her he was looking for the hard drive. She told me they were expediting the warrant and would execute it at 6 p.m. the following day. All I had to do was make sure Marcus and his equipment were at the apartment. When the day came, I told Marcus I would make steaks for dinner and he should be home by 6. He loved the idea. Marcus arrived around 5:30 while the steaks were marinating. I asked him how his dance studio shoot went and he talked while I anxiously waited for the 30 minutes to pass. Luckily, he talked passionately about the kids and showed me pictures, and the 30 minutes went by fast. At 6, there was a loud knock on the door. Marcus asked me if we were expecting someone. Then a loud voice shouted, "Police! Open the door!" He went pale. He looked at me wondering if I had set him up. Before either of us could move, there was a sound of a key turning in the lock. Detective Reyes had asked for my key earlier that day. The door swung open, and suddenly our apartment was filled with police officers in tactical gear, firearms drawn. "Marcus Smith, we have a warrant to search these premises and seize all electronic devices and storage media." Marcus stood frozen. "What? Why? There must be some mistake." Detective Reyes entered behind the officers, telling him, "No mistake, Mr. Smith. We have reason to believe you're in possession of child intimacy mistreatment material." He turned to me, his eyes wide, and he knew I had set him up. "You," he said accusatively, "you did this." An officer stepped between us. "Sir, please step away from her and keep your hands where we can see them." Everything happened so fast after that. Officers spread throughout our apartment, opening drawers, bagging Marcus's laptop and cameras. I was dazed as they tore apart the life we built together, searching for evidence that Marcus was a monster.